So obviously the first thing that you can do is take your neck, put it on a piece of material, draw around it, or scribe around it using a sharp scalpel or possibly an awl, something like that, and that would give you a pretty much exact mark to cut out, and then you would make yourself a fairly standard template. And that, you know, that is the proper way to do it, especially if you're going to be making several of this same instrument. Now, seeing as we're not going to be doing that, there is another quicker way of working this out, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, first of all, let us put this guitar in the dogs. So to start with, the guitar body is put in the dogs. These are dogs. I don't know why they're called that. Jaws, I suppose, maybe. And okay, and then the next stage is to get two pieces of, I'm using Perspex templating material here, or you could use well, pretty much anything that's got a nice straight edge. And these are going to be our template, or at least two sides of the template. Now I've got my sculpted marks of where the neck needs to go, and effectively I'm putting my template just inside where those marks are. Now the last thing I want to do is make this hole too big. That really is absolutely the last thing I want to do. So these two pieces will be clamped in place, and then we will also clamp a smaller piece along the end there, and then it's just a case of running a router along. And this is, it's simple and straightforward, and cheating, I suppose, and you need to be absolutely certain that you've got it in the right place, but it works. And if something works, well, who am I to complain? My problem is that putting this piece there and one here, I don't have enough room to get any clamps on this, apart from one here right at the end, which I will do. I could use double-sided tape, but quite frankly I never trust the stuff. It could work 9 times out of 10, but the 10th time you destroy a £500 piece of wood, and I don't feel like crying today, quite frankly. Now, the other thing that can be done is I would like to screw or bolt this down to the body. And that is actually possible, despite the fact that this is the top and needs to look pretty. We have some spaces where we can drill holes, because we've just finalized where the myriad of controls are going to be. So what I'm going to do is make sure that's all nicely lined up and wonderful. And I'm going to get Jessica the Brad all out, and I'm going to mark where my controls are going at the same time. The adage is measure, measure, cut. I'm placing that just on the inside of the line. By just, I mean it's literally tenths of a millimetre. This piece needs to be clamped in place. Triple check the position. We've got those two pieces in place. We just need to find something to go down the middle. And I'm just going to make that out of a little piece of MDF. The thing that we have to be aware of as well is the size of the router base. We need to have enough room to route the entire cavity. There we go. That is what I want. That is exactly what I want. Now this cavity is going to be slightly smaller than the neck. And as such, I will be able to just tweak it out. Just double checking the depth of the neck pocket where I want to route. Now the fun really begins. Okay, I've got a bearing cutter in here. It might be too long, but I doubt it. Success. Now you saw that I took that in very gentle passes. You might feel somewhat invincible when you have a nice big sharp router. However, if you take too much wood away, you can have an accident and chip your piece, especially around this area where it is very, very thin. Now, well, I mean, what can I say? I've got now a perfectly shaped, slightly small neck pocket. And while making the template this way took a little bit of time, and getting it right is finicky. Finicky. That's a good word. Yes. Anyhow, I digress. The end result is something that, you know, works very well. I tend to use this method especially when I'm doing deep set neck tenons, which is where the end of the actual neck comes to down here. And it seems to be a good way to make templates if you do it properly. I will always say that if you are going to do a job more than once, absolutely go ahead and make a proper MDF or Perspex acrylic template, because you can then reuse it many times. And I've got a shelf that is 4 meters long in there, full of templates, and I often reuse them from other builds. But today we've done this, and it's been a success. So, thank you for watching. This has been Guitar Builders Basics from Crimson Guitars, and subscribe to our channel, watch everything else we've done. There's lots of videos on guitar building and tools and the like, and yes, check out crimsonguitars.com, and we will speak to you later. Thanks for watching.